Hello everybody and welcome to Crypto Odin. Today, going to be making a video about how cryptocurrency is gradually but steadily coming into our financial systems. And I've got two blaring examples that I wanted to share with you. And the way I want to do it is actually juxtapose the developed world, if you will, with the developing world. And to contrast this properly, I'm going to show an example of how cryptocurrency is coming into the financial mainstream in Switzerland, and how it is coming into the mainstream in South America. Well, let's take a look, shall we? First of all, we have the Swiss financial regulators, I think they're called FINMA. They have finally granted banking and securities dealer licenses to two different companies, so that you now actually have cryptocurrency banks that will hold your cryptocurrency, hopefully pay you out a nice passive income as well through interest rates, and you will probably be able to trade various instruments through this bank as well. And Signum, a company that's actually it's a Swiss Singaporean company, very interesting. They've they've got a lot of institutional clients, and they're obviously trying to get more. As you can see, the whole website, everything is kind of it's customized, and it's really, what's it called? It's focused towards institutional investors, and they have an interesting concept here called tokenization, which is actually where they will be. They are going to be issuing a digital payment token, so as a Signum token. So how this is going to work is that they, as a client, you institutional or retail, you will be able to deposit X amount of Swiss francs that you would like to put in Signum's hands, if you will, or cryptocurrency if you already have that. Transfer that over to Signum, and then you will purchase X amount of the Signum token, and with this token you will have a whole world of stocks, bonds, commodities, whatever interests, ETFs, whatever instrument that you would like to trade, you will be able to do it through their through the Signum token. This is something that's called tokenization, which they also obviously have there on their website. And it's an interesting concept. It makes settlements much quicker, and the trades themselves, all the admin, all the back office is done much quicker. So basically you'll probably see a lower transaction fee because of this. So interesting stuff, really interesting stuff. And here's another one. Signum is actually also seeking a banking license in Singapore, I just saw. So I think that's, it's a Swiss Singaporean company, and on top of that, this is quite path dependent, mind you. Probably the founder is a Swiss and Singaporean. So it's no coincidence that they're setting up first in Switzerland, then in Singapore. Switzerland, a very stable economy, of course, both politically and economically, and also very, they've set up a very advantageous cryptocurrency regulatory environment. So they're trying to and have been for a long time attract cryptocurrency and blockchain technology into their country, and they've been quite successful doing that. Although there are still some regulatives that are making it hard, but well, this is to be expected with any new technology, with any kind of new asset like this. There's always going to be a grinding period. In any case, that's quite interesting to see. Another point that I wanted to bring up. If we stay in Europe for the time being, Portugal has recently come out and say that their tax authority will not tax any cryptocurrency trades or gains here. There's also no income tax I think what Yahoo Finance is trying to use, there's actually a term for this which is called capital gains tax, not income tax, but I think what they're trying to say is that there's no capital gains tax on cryptocurrency trades. So if you make a profit trading cryptocurrency and you want to take it out and you convert it back to fiat, then you normally have to pay tax. But in Portugal now, you don't need to. So probably a lot of people with some good cryptocurrency holdings will be moving to Portugal. And why the heck not? It's a beautiful country, beautiful sun, really nice people normally, great place. Yeah, because a lot of people were contemplating, well, we're gonna go to Estonia, or I think it was Slovakia, Slovenia, Malta has pretty good tax rates as well. Well, here you go. Portugal has 0% tax on cryptocurrency capital gains, on cryptocurrency earnings. Beautiful. Hopefully there's going to be more of this, because it's going to be nice to be able to, live in a country where it's nice and sunny and nice and stable, and yeah, great, good stuff. Anyway, so I want to contrast this. This is a bit of a situation of luxury. First of all, Switzerland, that's now offering banking licenses to cryptocurrency banks, so it's really coming. This stuff is coming. It's coming into our financial systems. And in Portugal, and I think there's some other European countries as well. I have to research and get back to you. There's now a zero tax on cryptocurrency earnings. Very cool. That's excellent. This is a luxury, especially when you consider Venezuela, which has crazy inflation rates. I think they had something like a 10 million% inflation. That's absolutely insane. I think I saw a cash bill that said 500 trillion Venezuelan pesos. 500 trillion. Crazy stuff. Right? It's unbelievable. They use it as toilet paper down there, their cash. Jesus Christ. So in any case, you have severe economic issues in Argentina or in South America. In various South American nations, a lot of countries are very export dependent, commodity dependent. You see oil prices dropping a lot in the past 10 years, of course. And if there is going to be some recessions and further demand destruction and less demand for commodities, then it's going to be even tougher days in South America. And we're starting to see the initial phases of that. Venezuela, of course, which was a planned communist economy. I mean, no wonder that they went under. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the only reason that they fared quite well in the mid 2000s was because of the oil price boom, and then they gave the glory to the communist system. No, that's BS. All their money came from oil exports. It's a typical thing, and of course loads of their politicians just pocketed the money. There was a bit of trickle down to the people, but not really, and they certainly didn't do anything to restructure their economy to make it more, let's say, consumption based and to foster company growth. No, they just focused on extracting more oil out of the ground so that rich politicians and oligarchs, if you will, businessmen could make loads of money, and probably made like 90 to 95% of the value of that oil. Anyway, it's a horrible thing, and you've seen a lot of inflation in Venezuela. The whole economy, the whole country is going to hell. I mean, there's extreme social unrest, and a lot of people are, of course, turning to cryptocurrencies and other safe haven assets such as gold, which won't inflate in value. So cryptocurrency have been bought up quite a bit from Venezuelans. I've heard Dash is a relatively interesting value transfer mechanism as well in Venezuela. What else we have? We have Argentina, that a couple of weeks ago they had like 55% flash crash on their equities. So the stock market basically fell with around half of its level in the matter of 24 hours. That's crazy stuff. So now the Argentinian government is implementing capital controls so that you cannot Argentinian citizens are not allowed, or companies, by the way, are not allowed to exchange more than 10,000, or they can't buy more than $10,000 worth of foreign currency per month in order to stem a potential exodus or outflow of the Argentinian peso. So that's quite scary, of course, for a lot of Argentinians, and yeah, they have to even request it, these companies, if they actually want to purchase this foreign currency. So a lot of red tape there as well to make it more difficult. In any case, so this is the second, or the how cryptocurrency is being implemented and is integrating itself into our financial lives in developing countries. I know Argentina is pretty well developed, and it's had, people are great, by the way, and they've had an advanced economy for some time, except that they have quite corrupt politicians, so I hear, and have had a lot of troubles with their currencies. They've had to take out emergency IMF loans for many decades now. So it's a relatively mature economy, but still have some major growing pains, if you want to call it that. In any case, we're seeing integration of cryptocurrency in the developed world, in the developing world, and probably even in the underdeveloped world, where it's a very politically correct term for shit poor countries, excuse my French, where we're also seeing, for example, in Zimbabwe, we're seeing a lot of adoption of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So what's going to happen in the future now? Well, we are facing a number of economic crises around the world. In Europe, that's the major sick man of the world. A lot of economists say the US has a major government debt crisis, and mostly the corporate debt crisis is the main issue. South America has loads of economies that are very, very export dependent. There's a trade war brewing, or protectionism is brewing. China is not doing well, also has a major debt crisis. And well, it's looking like, this is not financial advice, this is not investment advice, but I'm personally buying gold. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, even XRP a little bit, Litecoin. You can't go wrong in the top 5 cryptocurrencies at the moment, I think. But especially Bitcoin is acting as a safe haven, despite what Peter Schiff is saying. He came out recently and said that Bitcoin is officially not a safe haven because, well, it lost 7% of its value in the matter of, I don't know how many hours, 48 hours, something like that. But this is well known. I mean, Bitcoin is an extremely volatile asset, but you can choose to believe it or not. Gold is interesting, I believe, precious metals in general, and cryptocurrencies. And I think that's probably a pretty good way to prepare for any upcoming financial malaise.